Hey y'all, what's up? So, I just got done watching SmackDown, which surprisingly, I'm surprised I'm dedicated, to be honest, because everyone that knows me knows my two loves are growing up was basketball and wrestling, outside of music and the arts. Basketball took a priority, so I missed Purdue play FDU, but I'm not mad at tonight. So I'm trying to figure out how did it start. I'm kind of upset it being March and um the women only got the women got showcased twice. But it's March. Um Women's History Month. And yes, y'all displayed that on TV. But like I said, y'all need to have no, I take it back. I take it back. So apologize. I apologize. Y'all had the tag team match with Liv and Raquel. Um, which I'm surprised because I think Liv attacked Raquel a couple weeks ago. So I thought she was going to turn on her after they won. Liv and Raquel versus Tegan, and who did Tegan fight with? I don't even remember who Tegan was out there with, to be honest. But I already knew as soon as I saw Liv and Raquel that they were going to win because Raquel is one of the powerhouses. I always say that her, Rhea, Bianca are the powerhouses. And I want to see the three of them match, whether it's a triple threat, whether it's Bianca and Rhea, whether it's Rhea and Raquel, or Raquel and Bianca. Only because I heard in the past that, excuse me, I'm walking. They said that Bianca could lift 400 pounds. So then someone has said, well, Raquel can lift 400 pounds. So I'm like, but they're on two different brands. But because after WrestleMania, I know things get shaken up, it's going to come to a head some point. I want to see Liv and Alexa, because to me, in my mind, they have similar type crazy girl type things. Like she has that voodoo doll. Liv has that Harley Quinn thing going. It's like perfect. Their gimmicks are similar. But I want them to bring that A game. Okay. I also want to see Emma and Tegan. To me, their styles are similar. Ronda versus Shayna, sorry. But yeah, they were displayed 3 times, and I've been tweeting that's Women's History Month. They need to be displayed 3 times where there's 2 soccer segments and 1 wrestling match, 3 wrestling matches, 1 segment and 1 match. So I'm happy about the tag team with that, and then I'm happy about the mixed tag team with Dom and Rhea versus Zelina and Santos. So that's women displayed twice. And then the thing with Rhea, and she had a good night tonight. And Charlotte, that was displayed as well. So I'm happy about that. I want it to last next week, which is the 24th, and the week after that, which is the 31st. After that, I will, if you need to cut it back down to 2 matches or 2 segments for women, that's fine. But for the month of March, it should be like that all March, every March. Just like with February and the black people that wrestle, just like in October, Pacific Islander Asian month, they should get a couple matches or segments, just like Hispanic, I think American month, they should get, you know what I'm saying, like display. Like today was St. Patrick's Day as well. Honestly, I'm glad that Sheamus was out there because he's Irish. I was kind of surprised that they didn't have Becky out there. She's Irish. If we're going based off of culture and heritage and stuff like that. Yeah, Sammy and Rhea had good nights. Sammy talking to KO at the beginning, I honestly thought, well, he said, we got to be right. KO was looking for a friend. He doesn't have a friend there. That storyline is great. It's very subtle. It's very, um, and it keeps your attention because they really are friends. So for them to go through that in the ring, it's like, okay, it's not forced, is what I'm saying. Like, what's a forced one? Kind of like maybe Asuka and Alexa was. Not Asuka and Alexa. Alexa and Bianca was. That was forced. That was terrible. Um, yeah, that wasn't too forced. I would say New Day and LA Knight was good. I thought the match was gonna be longer, but I know they're on the time crunch, and that seems kind of forced. But honestly, I love the New Day and their theatrics and what they bring to the ring and their promos. So to me, they could do no wrong. And LA Knight is hilarious. Okay, um, I was when KO drove away, I thought he was gonna stop at the stop sign and then come back. But then when Sammy at the end got beat up by both of them and Jimmy came out of nowhere, I was like, KO gonna come out watch. And I tweeted this. So follow me on Twitter. IAmJustBee, JUSTBE. And on Mondays and Fridays I tweet live. But I was like, where is I said KO gonna be there watch. Sure enough, my son was like, no, he not. He already left. I said, somebody need to pay me. Okay. I said, I know I'm not the only one that tweets this stuff WWE sees, but when I actually tweet and I tag, like, do hashtag SmackDown, hashtag, like, I at WWE and hashtag them so they can see. Yeah, so they came wrecked and came hugged, and that was heartwarming, and Zayn was smiling, like, it was very touching. And I agree with him. I agree he's mad that he didn't get a chance, Jay didn't get a chance to throw the chair. I agree that he's mad because Sammy got up out of the bloodline, and Jay really can't get out of the bloodline for two reasons. Well, a couple reasons, maybe more than two, or only two. I don't know. I'm just giving you reasons. For one, your brothers are in it, and I see him maybe getting out if it was just Solo, but for Solo and Jimmy to be in there, you know, he's going to have to. He feels like he has to stay. He feels like he has to protect his older brother, like he said, because like he said, told Jazzy he's always getting hit first, so he has to come up and follow him. And for two, they're actually blood. All of them are siblings or cousins, you know. And three, because they're blood, no one's there to protect Roman. Roman is left open, if that makes sense. Excuse me. But he got manipulated into being in the thing, and his brother Jimmy tried to tell him, but now Jimmy's so caught up in being in it so long, he forgot his original reason of why he didn't want to be in it. So now he's caught up, and they're in it for each other. And I bet if one be like, yo, I'm up out of here, the other one, it would be hard for the other one, but the other one be like, all right, me too. Period. Yeah, he's mad he hit the chair first. And when he left and KO's and them saw them, he looked happy he had his brother there, but he also looked a little sad, like, I don't even want to be here in this bloodline thing, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I see a future tag team match between the Usos and KO and Sammy's real soon. If it doesn't happen during WrestleMania, it'll happen after WrestleMania. I already said my dream for four-way tag team match will be, because I mentioned last week, it was like, why we ain't got no tag team matches in WrestleMania? And then it was like, this just in, we announced. So I was like, it would be Usos, New Day, Street Profits, Alpha Academy, because those are my son's four favorite tag teams ever. In that order, Usos, New Day, Alpha Academy, South for second, with the New Day. And then Street Profits is number 4. Now, knowing that Kofi had ankle surgery, that's not going to happen because he would have 2 weeks to recover. So that's going to be at least 6 weeks. So I said as my backup, it would be Ricochet and Braun, the Vikings. I still would throw probably Alpha Academy in there or Street Profits. Yeah, Alpha Academy and Street Profits because I was gonna say Sheamus and McIntyre, but they already have a match. The KO, the Charlotte and Rhea thing was really good. It's about time that they gave them something to base it off of. It's 2 weeks too. It's kind of late though. Royal Rumble was last month, and you want to now try to have a solid storyline 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Like, you gotta plan. I don't know who the writers are. This is me being sincere. It's like you plan 1 to 2 storylines that are very good, and then some of the storylines intertwine, and then you're like, to hell with the rest of them. Because I know a lot of these promos you have to ad-lib and all of that, and some of these wrestlers need to work on that. But if the basis is this, you should. Okay, I know you guys have a gear person. I watch people on Instagram talk about they get hired from the company, and then if someone wants gear made, they have to pay the person separate, so they get 2 checks, right? Same like the makeup artist and hairstylist. Y'all need an acting person on there at every location, okay? And it don't have to be like improv, like and make up on your own stuff and stuff like that. But if that helps, let them do that, because, and I know they have to be there by 2, because I watched Total Divas. I'm on season 8 now. I'm years late, but I'm on season 8. I'm on season 4 of Bella's, season 1 of Miz and Mrs. So I know they gotta be there at 8. So you got 6 hours to eat and do all that. Get your stuff together before that. You can meet with a coach. You're on the road 4 days a week. If you meet with that coach every time and pay them, promos and stuff should get way better. It shouldn't be, it's not a one-time thing. Acting and stuff is not a one-time thing. Even the greatest actors still go and learn. Like even Denzel Washington says he still goes to acting schools every once in a while. The same one he's been going to, they know him there. He's not, oh, Denzel Washington. He's not Denzel Washington. He's just Denzel. Like, people that are passionate about what they do perfect their skills. Just like wrestlers, y'all perfect the wrestling side, but y'all forget to leave the promo side out. So, I don't know. That's like, I don't know. The only thing I compare it to is hair, because that's what I do, hair and business. So that's like me going and perfecting, learning about color, how to color hair, and I perfect the mixture of the color side, but I didn't perfect the development, putting developer on your hair, how much you need. So now when I go do your hair, the color looks okay, but at the time goes on, your hair might fall out, or the color might fade. You know what I'm saying? So in that's like the promo might fall through, or it was okay, but it wasn't all that. Anyways, who else fought? LA, yeah, like I said, LA Knight's hilarious. So we got the KO, the Imperium. Why he gotta come out and everything? And I know it's making for great TV. I ain't mad at it. I was trying to figure out where the hell were the Brawling Brutes at. Imperium could come out. Why could? And I understand with Sheamus and McIntyre, they wanted to be a fair fight. I'm not saying it for that, for them to help cheat. They should have been at the top of the ramp just in case something pop off. Like, why they ain't come out and fight? Why they ain't come out and fight? I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And I know that's all for, oh, well, since you said you wanted 101, it didn't happen. You're going to have a triple threat, which we knew last week. Like that part, it was good for TV. But everyone knew that last week. They even chanted triple threat, triple threat. So other than Sheamus having a match because the semi-rivalry love him and McIntyre got, and it being St. Patrick's Day, that was a waste of a match, to be honest. We knew last week it was going to be triple threat. We knew before they even wrestled it was going to be a triple threat match. We knew it 2 weeks ago when I was live in DC watching in row 100, C8, section 100, right in front of the camera. It was going to be a triple threat match. I knew that off the rip. Knew LA Knight wasn't going to make no match. I knew for some reason, I thought when it was like it was going to be a 5-way match, I didn't even think about Kofi being in the match. I thought about Woods, honestly, originally being in it. When they showed Kofi, I was like, oh. Kyrian, he tried, but yeah, no. Nice try. So, I would say it was a pretty good show. It kept me entertained enough to tweet about it. It kept me, entertained enough where I didn't want to change the channel. Because normally with Raw, especially after SummerSlam, after the first hour, I give it from 8 to 9 or maybe 9:30. I'm ready to turn the channel. So if you can keep me entertained for that long, especially with our attention span in 2023, you might got something. I can't wait for WrestleMania. Hopefully, since we live in North Carolina, my son and I, and we've been to a show in Charlotte. We drove 2.5 hours to Charlotte. We drove to DC because that's where I'm originally from, so we stayed with family. Maybe in May, his dad's side is from Greensboro. I went to college in Greensboro. We'll either go to Greensboro or we'll drive an hour and go to Fayetteville. We'll see. He really wants to do a meet and greet, so if I could get a meet and greet without buying a ticket, I might do that because these tickets are expensive, and it's just me by myself paying for all this stuff. I'm, being a single mom sometimes it's a lot. So he saw 2 events. The Charlotte one was in October. The other one was 2 weeks ago. His birthday was the 24th of February, so we went the week before. He's downstairs now playing WWE 2K23, I think Pro Deluxe, the one that was $70. I just paid for that from some of his birthday money. That's what he wanted to spend it on. So he's become a wrestling connoisseur. His uncle played in high school. Wrestled in high school. His grandfather did the indie circuit for a little bit with Farouk in the 80s. So he has it in his blood. And his mom is a fan. My son is the reason why I started back watching. We started back watching right after WrestleMania in April because of him. So, and I was all Attitude Era. I was in and out of the Reckless era. I remember the speech. I think I was watching. Wasn't really entertained until Edge was there, and then when he gave his retirement speech, I think I watched sporadically after that, and I didn't really watch anymore. So I'm kind of glad that he's into it. I give him the history on when I find out he loves certain things. Like he's very much like his dad and I. We love basketball. His grandparents' names are on the high school basketball team where they live at. So I told him the history of the players I grew up with in the 90s. He's the players now that he likes, and then he went all the way back. I even went him up to Bird and Magic. He went further back to like Will Chamberlain, Dr. J. Like my son knows the history. Same with wrestling. Like I told him about the Attitude Era and stuff. He went back to Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan and all that. So when he shows interest in something, I'd be like, yeah, he got this from this person. And he looked at me like I told him back then, we love single matches, but it was a thing when I saw live and present, and during that time, present time, the tables, ladders, and chairs match with Cushion and Edge, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, and I loved the Hardy Boys, and then I loved that Lita was high flying like them because I never saw anything like that. Like I love Lita, I love China, I love Ivory, love Sable, love Jackie. I think the Glamazon came out. I was in and out of it, but I liked her. I love Beth too. But it was like strong women that were pretty that can do this. So I was like, oh. And then I faded out of it in high school. But I told him that, so when like the Usos and stuff do certain stuff, I was like the 1D or the Uso Splash. And then I showed him RVD, the Frog Splash. And like my son knows all of that. So he's become, I made him an even bigger fan in a year than he would normally be if I wasn't around when he watches it. That's our bonding time. So yeah, good show. Can't wait for Monday. I don't know what's going to happen on Monday. I want to see who are going to be the tag teams that's going to fight on Monday, because they said they have men and women, but we only saw the women. So that means we have one more women's tag team match on SmackDown, 2 men's tag team matches on SmackDown, and then 2 and 2 for the Raw women and men. But I'm trying to figure out what Raw women are out there besides, because Becky has a match, Asuka and Rhea and Bianca have a match. So the only woman I can think of is Damage Control, all 3 of them. Oh, maybe Michin, Xia Li. She's on Raw, right? Michin, Xia Li, Damage Control. That's 5. Ooh, I don't think there's any more women. Maybe Lacey Evans. That's 6. But the only other women I can think of, I think, are on SmackDown, like Natalia and Emma and Shotzi and Ronda and Shayna. And so the women's tag team matches will be interesting, because maybe I'm just tired and I'm not thinking about all the women that are up there. I might just be tired. I'm trying to think of stuff at the top of my head and remember what I watched at the same time, because it's been a long day and I've been up since 7 and it's 10:48. So anyways, thanks for listening to my rant and my review. Like it. Follow me on Twitter on Mondays and Fridays. IAmJustBee. I'll put it at the bottom of the comments for you to look at it, look over it, say that you agree or don't agree. And WWE, if you're hiring for a story person. Just kidding, but not really. And yeah. Oh, I was telling my son, it's funny seeing Rhea and Zelina fight, because I was just watching Table of 3 on Peacock on the WWE Network, and them 2 and Bianca are really good friends. They went to NXT together, and that's why I laugh when I see like Maxim Models go up with the accent that they have, because I'm like, I watch them play on Woods and Tyler on them, their up down channel, and they don't sound nothing like that. It's them, their real selves. So it has me crying laughing when he's like, oh, tease, like you, I am laughing, you hear me? But I forgot to mention that part. Anyways, get well soon, Kofi. I'm glad the surgery went well. Big Edie, Woods needs you back. It's just him now. I know it's probably weird that you have to be by yourself because you're used to being in a group or, being in a tag team. But sometimes I know in life, in general, and at work, you have to ride out solo and have to be comfortable being by yourself. So hopefully, and thankfully, he's cool enough with enough people. But I know that he probably has inside jokes and stuff with just his people on New Day, and maybe with the Usos. I don't know. And Kofi is the hype man, because I was laughing at him last night when yeah, he's the hype man. Because I was like, he will hype anything up. And I was thinking about when New Day had the Usos on their podcast. It's on YouTube. And I think Jay was like, will we still be twins? We want to say. And Kofi's like, will you still be twins? I'm like, why is he hyping? Or when they was at Up, Up, Down, Down, they was somewhere in Europe, I think. And yeah, it was in the mountains. And they were standing up. Him and Jimmy was standing up. And he was like, the air is thin up here. You know what I'm saying? And then Kofi stood up and was like, oh, the air is thin up here. I need to sit down. I can't breathe. And I'm like, why you co-sign? Why are you co-signing? But anyways, I'll see you later. Bye.